Good morning, my Get Strong friends. It is episode 5, which means we're on week 4, which means we're on wave 2. So for those of you guys who have never ran a legit program, the complete program for any programming is generally called like your macro cycle. Like what is the big overall picture? And then your waves or your blocks are called mesocycles. So we just finished wave 1 where it waves upwards like this. We're about to start wave 2, which is like a slight decrease and it goes up. So the whole program goes like that. So that we have a general linear pattern while mitigating fatigue, because fatigue halts performance. Repeat that one more time, guys. This is Fitness 101. Fatigue halts performance. So we're trying to figure out a way, how can we keep lifting, keep improving without too much fatigue? And that's why we have a very strategic way we program this. Today is actually my favorite day of the entire program because I'm a bro and it's upper body. So I love hitting shoulders, arms, all that for high reps. We've been doing high reps like the last couple of weeks on squats and deads. Not gonna lie, really hard, but also really good for me and good for you if you're running this program. And when you're rocking the strength stack and you hit those high reps, that's when you feel the insane pump. So I love hitting upper body day. Today is day 4, week 4, wave 2. So for upper body shoulder day specifically, which is day 4, our warm-ups is banded upright rows, supersetted with rotational planks. So you want to get in a position where the band is light but taut, and just go up right here. And one old school cue that I learned from bodybuilders is called pouring the tea. And when you get to the top, you want to kind of give this little slight motion and you really hit that medial delt. And you want to warm up the entire shoulder, like fill your traps, front delts, mid delts, rear delts. Hit a good 15, let it go. And now we're doing rotational planks. So you get in a plank position and you want to have your feet spread apart so you have good balance, and you want to build this strong kinetic chain, meaning from toe to legs to core, back into the hands. It's strong, and you rotate. So keeping the whole core engaged, we're now warming up our upper back and triceps and hands and wrists, developing that kinetic chain so that your whole body feels strong. Because when you're doing an overhead press, it's technically a full body movement. And so you want to wake the whole body up before we do it. So that's why we do a full body warm up, like walking around, elevating body temp. And then now we do a full body kinetic chain movement. So even though technically the overhead press isn't part of the powerlifting squat, bench, and deadlift, I still treat it extremely seriously as if it's the 4th lift, which is why I get in full equipment, full intention. I don't go, oh, you know what? Day 4 is kind of like a bodybuilding day. So now I go half intention, or I kind of like half-ass it, because that's not how you get strong. Like the reason why we put the overhead press in there is because everyone that I had ever met that had a strong overhead press, including myself, had a strong bench at that time, and it's not that other way around. There's people with really strong benches with weak overhead press. So it's important to develop a strong overhead press because it's one of the best ways to develop upper back in a pressing movement. So I also treat this day with max intention, and what's good about it, the reason why we program that in there as well, is you get another pressing session in without too much fatigue. Like the OHP isn't something where you go ham on and then you gotta feel like you gotta be on the couch the next 2 days, you know? So that's why we put that in there. And it's a tried and true exercise, which is why we gotta treat it with respect and go, this is a main movement as well. It's the 4th honorary main movement of powerlifting. So I got 185 for 2 today as my top set. I'm a little bit scared because last week I hit 190 for a single and I tweaked my neck from my traveling. So I got it fixed, immediately came back, got in with a physical therapist, got my neck fixed. But there's that thing where like I know where it pulled my rear delt. So that's why I wanted to get an extra good, warm up in today. I feel good, my delts, my shoulders, my traps. So we'll see how it goes. But I hope everything stays injury free, because that's what powerlifting is about, is how strong can you get while staying injury free. Woo. Not gonna lie, it felt kind of heavy. So usually when I feel real good, I'll go straight from a plate to a plate and a quarter, which is what I'm supposed to hit, but we're gonna train smart. So I'm gonna take a little bump. I'm gonna do like a 10 and a 5. So the goal here is single, smoke show, no fatigue, and then hit 185 for a double. Not my fastest, but smooth. So I'll take 185. And to really have full intention, I'm not gonna take 185 as a double. I'm gonna take it as 2 singles. So I'll hit one, reassess. Did it feel like my form was getting compromised? If not, I'll take another one so that I can stick to the program and stay injury free, because that is the goal. Not gonna lie, I feel like this is gonna take everything I got. I think under usual circumstances, this should have been an easy like RPE 8, but we filmed so much content this week that my body is pretty exhausted. I'm getting in like way more volume than I usually get, than I had planned on this program, but that's kind of the nature of like doing social media and training for a meet, So we just gotta put our head down and do the work. Let's go. 2 singles. Yep. Here we go. 2 singles. Injury free. Success. Now back off sets. So I got 150 for 3 sets of 8. So 135, 145, 150. Damn. Ooh. Shit was fucking hard, hell yeah, man. After all the content we made with Elaine today, so we did all kinds of overhead press shit. Feels like this is like my 2nd overhead press workout. Even though it was lightweight, we're just doing just the bar, learning mobility and stuff, but shoulders are fatigued a little bit. So to not completely fry myself, I'm gonna make that adjustment, and I'll probably just do just 135 for the last set. I mean, I hit the top set, hit 2 sets of 8, but I gotta make the on-the-fly coach's adjustment so I don't get too fried, because we gotta continue the program. Woo! That was a good call. Holy shit. It was tough. But we got the volume in. All right, so this is today's workout, week 4, day 4, right? Overhead press emphasis. So we just hit that 82.5% for a double, which comes out to 185 for me, because my overhead press max right now is 225. Then we hit reps at 67.5. And now we're moving on to our secondary lift, which is pause bench, and that's technique focus. So this is how we laid it out. We have a video in the past where we break down how the program is structured, but pretty much we start with like warm-up / prehab, then the primary lift, which is our power strength focus, then our secondary lift, which is technique focus on the other lift. Then we have a primary lift accessory, primary lift hypertrophy, or an antagonist muscle. So we really break down the importance and the strategy of how we are strengthening the whole body for a meet. So now it's down to the technique portion, which is a 2-second pause on the chest. And we got RP 7. For wave 1, I was doing 225 at a RP 6-7. So now that it's wave 2, I'm gonna start this new wave with 250 to slowly increase it. So the goal is you do want to get stronger on the secondary lift technique focus, but not enough where you fatigue the primary day. So I don't want to get too fatigued here where I can't progress on our primary day, which is the most important. Perfect RP8. Like good work, but not over fatiguing. Easy peasy. Yep. Good work. Good work. Woo. There we go. Good, good, good. So next we got the primary lift accessory, side raises to the top, and that's what we mean by primary lift accessory. Today's primary lift is overhead press. So this is the accessory to the overhead press, AKA the primary lift. And that's how it's structured. You got the primary lift, secondary lift, and then primary lift accessory. So what's gonna help the main movement of the day? And side raises to the top. I actually learned these from Charlie Young and, or Charlie Jung, I'm sorry, I'm so tired. And Dr. Mike Israetel, learning how to do raises all the way to the top. It's very important, not only for just range of motion, but if you want to strengthen your shoulders, like this is our end position, so I try to get as close to that as possible. So instead of treating this as like, oh, something I just gotta get through, I'm treating it like I'm a bodybuilder. Because that's the whole point of the accessory, is how can we build up some of the lagging muscle parts or body parts that'll help us with the main lift. So when I'm going in, I'm doing full intensity and I'm really trying to hit the prescribed RPE. Because all we're trying to do, we want to grow muscle, we want to grow our shoulder muscles so that it can benefit our overhead press and it can benefit our bench. Last set, best set. Woo, shit. Toasted shoulders onto lat pull downs. So next up, we got the antagonistic muscle, which on vertical press days, we also do vertical pulls. On horizontal press days, we have horizontal pulls. So today we got pull-ups. So the way the program's structured, the main like 3 lifts, squat, bench, deads, there's a day rest in between. So you can go full force. But obviously if you got work, you wake up early, you travel, or like us, you gotta shoot a bunch of content. Even by the end of the week, like today, I'm exhausted. But even though I'm exhausted, today's a very fun day because it's upper body, it's my favorite, it's like dessert. So like, right now I can feel my shoulders pumped as fuck. I just did all kinds of like overhead press, side raises. Like I have a shirt on, but you can see that it's hella pumped. So now I'm getting a crazy back pump. And then after I'm gonna hit dips and curls. And even though I'm tired, I'm gonna walk out of the gym like this, which is always the best feeling, you know? As like Arnold says, it feels like coming. Onto the last exercise. We got dips, hammer curls. In this program, we have 2 very specific curls we want people to do for powerlifting. One is a supinating curl. The other one is a hammer curl. Reason being is a lot of people think the bicep is responsible for elbow flexion, right? Bringing this part up, which it is. But the bicep is also super responsible for rotating your hands and wrist. So to maintain wrist and elbow and joint health, you don't always want to curl like this. You want to curl like this as well. So a lot of times you'll see people be on a high frequency bench program, and what is the first thing they get? Tendonitis, right? Oh, my elbow sucks. Chances are they've only been curling one way, the funnest way. So we have it where you're moving your curls to different ranges of motion and hitting biceps and your forearms and your bracts in a way that you typically don't to maintain health. So we have things in this program to strategize it, to get strong, and also to keep you healthy. All right, last set, 12 and 12. That's it for today's upper body workout. Overhead press focus. Hit a top single, 3 sets of 8. Technique, pause bench. Smash the shoulders, back, arms. Feel jacked, feel good, ready to go. rest a good day or two, rinse and repeat. We're on wave 2 right now, so if you're running it at the same time I am, we're only a third of the way through. If you guys just get started or just got started, you're super in the honeymoon phase. Can't wait to get strong with all of you guys. And next week, we have a really special episode. The co-author, Jacob Ross, who coaches a bunch of like pro ballers, NFL, baseball, basketball. We're doing a Q&A where you guys submitted questions about the program, and we go through in detail about this program. And I would say tune in, regardless if you're gonna get this program or not, regardless if you have a coach or not. He is a wealth of training knowledge, so you'll just learn so much, whether you want to be a coach later on or you want to be a better lifter. Tune into that. That's episode 6. See you guys next time.